Hello and welcome to Mechwarrior Online. Today I'm going to do the review of this Warhammer. This is a Warhammer 7S and this is the trial mech. Hence the pretty yellow picture you probably saw when you clicked on this video. And I only have one complaint about this thing. It doesn't have any defensive weapons. It's capable, but the way they saw fit to put it on here, they made it with a tag laser, which didn't do much to help me in a match I had. However, I did do 866 damage, and that is something to talk about. I didn't have many kills, but I did have one kill, most damage dealt, and I was only taken out when the rest of my team was pretty much dead, and I got pushed by a Crusader. And I fired that tag laser at it as much as I could, and despite what people have told me, the tag laser didn't help me do any damage to that incoming mech. It's really kind of a bummer. But I don't know what I would have put otherwise. I probably would have gone with some actual lasers. What do you think of this cool scheme, by the way? So anyway, yeah, get past that. So here's the build, the way this is set up. And now that's starting to make a little bit of sense to me. I couldn't figure out why I lost my arms so quickly, and it's because there's no armor on the arms. It even indicates it with that right there. No armor on the left arm, no armor on the right arm. Yeah, that pretty much makes sense to me now. But I do have two LRM-20s and an LRM-15 and lots of ammo. What do we got here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tons. That's even excessive by my standards. And I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but the trial mechs are skilled now. Hence the skilling. So this mech has a firepower of 55. Could be better if it had energy weapons to protect you with. A speed of 68.4. And a heat management of 1.82. Damn, that is staggering. It also has a Beagle active probe on board and tag, which is basically useless in my book. But it did get me some locks, but most of the targets were at range. And the rest of my team didn't do a lot other than sit in the circle to put out damage. In fact, I did more than double, or about double what they did on my team. And this is the first time I've ever driven this mech before. I was actually really impressed. So let's take a look at the quirks. So firepower. Missile crit damage, plus 15%. Heat, minus 10.5. Speed, plus 5%. Cooldown, minus 22%. Range, plus 15%. Velocity, plus 55%. Wow. LRM capacity, 36 extra shots per ton. Armor bonus, plus 12.8. Then what else we got here? Right torso and left torso are getting plus 12 on the armor. And then the center torso is also getting plus 12. Or no, plus 11, I'm sorry. And then on the arms, they're getting plus 7 and plus 5 on the legs. Or the right arm and the left arm, I should say, are getting that. And then mech acceleration, plus 24.5%. Mech top speed, plus 7.5%. Heat dissipation, plus 10%. Sensor range, plus 35. Target decay, plus 3.5. And radar deprivation, plus 19%. That's pretty impressive numbers for a mech you can drive all day long. You don't have to do any maintenance on. And, of course, you don't have any choices on anything about it. You can dream about putting consumables on here, but there's no place to save the button for it. But this is honestly a pretty viable mech, except for the fact that it doesn't have any defensive weapons. How I'm running it, which is quite funny in itself, is button 1 and 2 is for the tag, because it makes me feel, you know, like there's some semblance of hope when I'm being attacked if I can push both buttons simultaneously. And then I have the 3 LRMs out on the arms, or out on button 3. Camo spec, not allowed to do anything. Anything in the cockpit like a war horn? Nope. But this is it's, I have to say, it's viable. And I'm kind of curious. The 7S Warhammer. So let's take a look at what this thing looks like in the store. Ooh, they're having a big sale. Too bad I don't have any money. I just bought a bunch of mechs. I bought a Corsair. So Warhammer 7S. 3 and 6. Wow. How does this thing come from the factory? Well, it sure as hell doesn't have LRMs on it. It's got a standard engine, standard. Wow, it's just a whole lot of nothing here. Let's go with that. Look, first. And what would I do? Well, I would most certainly put 2 energy weapons on board, or maybe a bunch of small ones. These don't weigh much, so, but they are effective. And I think I would go with 3 LRM-15s. Honestly, there's a symmetry in it. You're doing 45 damage. What are you getting for the extra? You're getting an extra 10 for the other one. Yeah, I would rather use that towards ammo. So you got 10 tons left to play with here, and you can definitely go up to a light engine, because that's going to make an improvement. And that the trial mech had a light engine on it as well. So right now my heat management is 1.5, and that is more than ample. So just max this out for the weight, just to figure out the weight. This thing's got a lot of armor. That is just a bunch. And now just add a bunch of ammo. This is just a way to see what it is. I'm not actually going to save this. Get rid of that. So I got 4 energy weapons, 3 LRMs, and what do we got here? 6 tons of ammo, which is more than ample. What else could you possibly do? Well, I know one thing I would do. Absolutely. Advanced sensor package? Hell yes. I don't need to add double heat sinks. This thing's pretty set up. And Beagle active probe. And I still have tonnage left over. Speed on this is 64, 1.5. I guess I would go with laser AMS, since, you know, I've got the tonnage available. Yeah, that's what I would do. Maybe add some more ammo. So now I'm basically maxed out. There's no more room left on this thing to put anything else on. And I've got a management of 1.38 on heat, a firepower of 60, and I've got defensive weapons this time. And I still have a speed of 64.8. Yeah, this is how I would run this build if I bought this mech. Obviously, the armor would be very different. The armor in the rear would be like this. And the only reason I would go with 3 versus 2 is because of this. Look how big a target this is from the rear. You remember, if somebody hits you here, it's the same as if they're hitting you down here. That's the only reason. These have got some really tall bunny ears, and that's the reason why I do it on my Mad Cat and my Timberwolf. Anyway, yeah, so this is not terrible. Yeah, they thought about that too. They put 4 on the rear also, there, and 4 in the center. See, that's not bad. Even PGI recommends only 4 armor in the rear. But yeah, you should give this thing a try. This thing was really a bundle of joy. It was first time driving it. I swear to God, never driven it before. I didn't even know it was in there this way, and I was blown away. I was just looking. I was like, God, where do they? I hope they have some LRM boats, because all they have is ballistic and energy weapons. And after driving that Rifleman 2C, I just want to jump off the top of a 12-star tall mech and hit the ground and pray it's enough to kill me. See you on the battlefield.